Good afternoon, everybody. I'm extremely happy that in this prestigious workshop, a session on Kerala Bank has been introduced because that is uh, a very bold initiative by the left-wing government, because you know that Kerala, the politics is always dilly-dallying. Every 5 years the power changes. So what all the good work done by the one government, specifically LDF government, as far as the cooperative is concerned, it will be undone by the other government. So it was going on. Fortunately, this time you are all aware that the continuity has been changed, and continuously the same government came to power. The history of cooperative movement in Kerala is more than a century old. Like any other, even the Indian history also is like that. Even before the state of Kerala was formed in 1956, there were, in Kerala it was divided into 3 provinces. Everybody knows that: Travancore, Cochin and Malabar region. Of course, Malabar region was under the Madras presidency. So in each of these provinces there is cooperative laws, cooperative societies are formed. So when Travancore and Cochin were combined in 1949, these Cooperative Societies Act of Travancore and Cochin was combined, and the Travancore Cochin Cooperative Society Act came into being in 1951. The Kerala Bank, or the Kerala State Cooperative Bank, in its original form it was Travancore Central Cooperative Bank. It was formed in 1914 under the cooperative law of the Travancore province. Subsequently, it has become the Kerala State Cooperative Bank. So you know, the last 1 week, cooperative movement in the Kerala state is being discussed everywhere. I know that our Honorable Minister and Mr. M.K. Kannamaitas whined about or mentioned about that. Now the topic of the discussion everywhere, the power also is there in the very movement, and there is a big movement or big agitation building up against the recent circular issued by Reserve Bank of India, and they are organizationally and legally the government is fighting it. Petition is being moved in the Supreme Court. You may be aware what is that. That is, you know that Kerala, the cooperative structure, the power of government is cooperative structure only. There is not any other field, not a single field where our cooperative sector is not working. The basic unit of the cooperative sector, as you are all aware, is a primary agricultural credit society. That is the basic unit, primary agricultural credit society. What is a credit society? What is a cooperative society? Cooperative society basically is a voluntary association of certain individuals coming together to meet their financial as well as cultural or other needs. Naturally, it has to be registered. So when, we call it as primary agricultural credit society. In different name we know that: primary agricultural credit society, or a farmers credit society, or a rural cooperative credit society. These are all the basic names. In Kerala there are plenty. So these primary agricultural credit societies, what is their basic job? They are accepting deposit from the public and purveying the agricultural credit. What is a basic banking job? The Section 5 of the BR Act defines banking is accepting deposits for the purpose of lending. That is the simple meaning of the bank. Accepting deposits for the purpose of lending. Accepting deposit from the public. If you are accepting deposit from the public only, the concern of the regulator comes. Because for accepting public deposit, you have to obey so many rules, you have to get the RBI's permission. So that is what the Reserve Bank of India has recently come out with the circular, quoting the recent amendment in the BR Act changes, saying that the primary agricultural credit societies in Kerala, normally in the nomenclature they say that banker. Every society in Kerala is being known as primary credit cooperative bank. For example, in my place there is Perukada Service Cooperative Bank, or famous is Kerala City Cooperative Bank. Everywhere they use the word bank. So Reserve Bank is saying that you cannot use, as per the BR Act Amendment Section 7, it is a violation of the Section 7 of the BR Act, you cannot use the word bank, banker, bankers. Traditionally, all the agriculture, farmer, everybody is, I am going to the bank, I am going to, nobody will say the society. So the deposit is also what they say that these deposits which you are accepting, which the minister was telling 2.25 lakh crore, entire cooperative society in Kerala, they don't have any protection of any insurance. That is what they say, DICGC coverage, Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, that is a subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India, which gives guarantee to the deposits of the bank deposits. If a bank fails, you will be entitled to get rupees 5 lakhs now. Earlier it was 2 lakhs. Now Reserve Bank of India has raised the limit to 5 lakhs. For that, every insurance, what you have to say, you have to pay a premium. If you want to take an insurance company, definitely insurance now, life insurance or general insurance or vehicle insurance, you are paying a premium now. That is the insurance premium, then only to pay. So this premium is being paid by the bank itself. So they are not collecting this from the. No. But that is an old story because we know that now, of late, nobody has lost money consequent to the failure of a bank. Because Reserve Bank of India is regulating, they will see that your money is protected. The institution in Kerala, there are so many banks, private banks, I said, but now that banks are no more. I can say Nadungadi Bank, there was a bank. It is no longer in existence. There was a Bank of Kochi. So that is no longer in existence. So when these banks were not there, they will be merged with other bank and RBI protects the interest of the depositors and they pay back the money either in phased manner or finally they pay off. Even now, you may be in cooperative sector, a big bank, Bank of Punjab, Maharashtra and Punjab, no, a multi-state urban cooperative bank. It is because of the fraud. The money is lost. Now it is being offered to a small finance bank, and there is a package. Recently, RBI has published in the website. So the recent news is that in cooperative sector, you cannot accept money. That is the Reserve Bank's dictum. But over a period of time, in Kerala, the people have enough faith and they have deposited money and they are coming to the needs of the poor people or the marginalized people, all these cooperative societies. No bank, because till nationalization, the bank was a policy of a few landlords or the corporate business people only. No common man have any entrance to a bank. That is why in Indira Gandhi we say that was a very progressive statement, movement done by Srimati Indira Gandhi. That time the left government supported, left MP supported that movement because bank nationalization. 1969, 14 banks were nationalized. Then 80 again 6 banks were nationalized. All the banks. Now opposite process is taking place. You are aware. So Kerala government is fighting against even, but people in Kerala is not bothered about deposit insurance and all that because so long as it is working fine, it enjoys the faith of the people. People use to deposit money and they get back money. They are not worried about whether it is covered under insurance or not. But unnecessarily, maybe I come from Reserve Bank, I worked in Reserve Bank of India for 35 years. So I cannot say that RBI as a regulator is not powerful or not. That maybe because of the policy, it is coming out with the advertisement here. They are bringing to the, as minister is selling, there is no cover. So far, they were not enjoying any cover. I know that when I deposit money, even when I retired, I got some money, I deposited into a cooperative society, then a bank. I did not go to a commercial bank to invest my retirement money. Why? Not because there is no tax, because I declare in my statement I have a deposit and I have got an interest, but they pay some interest more when everybody is paying 6%, 7%, they pay 8%, 9%. Obviously, their rate of interest on lending also will be more. So the cooperative structure in Kerala, after the formation of the state, a combined, comprehensive cooperative legislation was enacted in our assembly. That is called the Kerala Cooperative Societies Act 1969. So all the subsequently so many amendments have taken place, but the entire cooperative system in the state works for the Kerala Cooperative Societies Act 1969. So traditionally these cooperative primary agricultural credit societies in a district because they have got a working area. The geographical area is limited, one or two panchayat and village like that only. So in a district, all these cooperative societies, because some cooperative societies are working fine, they have money, but others don't have money. So they need money. Who will give them? So there is an intermediary. So they formed what is called in the district by a federation, federated into a district cooperative bank. All the primary cooperative societies in a district came together and formed a district cooperative bank. That is how the district cooperative bank came into. Short term is basically for the crop agriculture purposes. Suppose you are cultivating paddy. So I have no money. So what I do is that I am a farmer, I have 2 acres of land, I will go to a cooperative society. He will give me money by mortgaging my property. If I have a property, that is basically these cooperative societies are mortgage lending only. Personal surety is very thoda kam hai. So basically you have to. So anyway, they will give you money. You will use that money for your cultivation of paddy. Normally paddy crop is yielded by 10 months. Then you take the crop, sell the paddy in the market, return the money to the bank. That is the concept of short-term credit. For this only, Government of India gives interest subvention. 4% interest subvention they give. 4%. You will get for 2%. That is total 9%. You have to pay for 7%. Then, if you are promptly repaying it, you will get additional 3%. So basically, your charge is 4% only. That is every budget the government puts a quantum of money for this purpose. So now we give it in the form of Kisan credit. They say that Kisan credit card, everybody knows that. Long term is that for the investment purpose, for the agricultural land development or buying a tractor or things like that. For investment purpose only you give the loan. That is the repayment period is 4 years, 5 years like that. No, naturally the interest rate will be more. So that is the long term. So for that there is another land development bank is there, long term credit, state cooperative and agricultural development, primary cooperative societies. In the cooperative structure, the short term cooperative 3-tier structure. In addition to that, there is certain urban cooperative banks also. Every district, every state it is there urban cooperative bank. Kerala also there are 59 or so urban cooperative banks. It is under direct license of Reserve Bank of India. So urban cooperative banks are regulated by Reserve Bank of India. They work, but in Kerala, except a very few urban cooperative banks, all other urban cooperative banks, I cannot say that they are working in a very, very rosy situation. And each district cooperative bank, they have got a board of directors. It has got a president, it has got a vice president and some direct board members. And all the direct board members were enjoying the privileges at the cost of the bank, because they were having an Innova car. Even president and vice president was having the car, and they will use their influence to whom to give money like that. No, ultimately it was a vote catching mechanism like that. No, because you will create a field of US people like that. No, so when this idea mooted, even resistance came from within both sides. The direct board members will open branches, because that time when you open a branch, you can appoint a peon. For peon, there is no PSC appointment. It is because of your recommendation, it is appointed, and he will collect money for 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs from him. So yeah, this is typically talk about need of the restructuring. What was the necessity for the restructuring of these banks? First is advantage of large scale operations, obvious. Then the backup of government business, of course, because now hitherto the government business were done by State Bank of Travancore, all the government business and 1 or 2 State Bank of India and all that. But if the government business has to be entrusted to a cooperative bank, manned by or owned by our own people of the state, it has got to the technology, it should have the capacity to make operations, it should get the RBI's permission for doing internet facility, ATM, RTGS, NEFT, all these facility, you should have it. For that, size matters, the consolidation matters, or the capital of the bank matters. So that is another reason why and then advantage of excess funds from tax. You know that, I told you, the primary agriculture credit society, some are working very fine. They have got enough capital, they have got enough fund, they have got surplus fund, but some are want of funds. The DCBs are doing the intermediary. What they do is that they collect from the excess fund of the packs, they deposit in the district cooperative banks, and district cooperative bank distribute to the needy packs. So the surplus funds, now investments, the mechanism is not there, computerization is not there, the technology is not there.
so that they have to keep the money idle or go to and deposit. The investment market, they cannot do that. But if you have the technology, if you have the affiliated to a bank which has the technology, definitely they can put their money investment. And technological advantage and forex and treasury operations. Forex is another big, because you know that now the in 6 lakh, I have the figures, what is the total number of deposit in Kerala in all commercial banks put together. Out of that, 6 lakh crore. I think number of branches is 6,572 total commercial banks. Total deposit is 6 crore 20 lakh 62 lakh 928. It is 62 lakh.
62 lakh.
Yeah, 62 lakh 620928. That is the total deposit. Out of that, domestic deposit is 38 44 38. 38 lakh 44,038. NRA deposit is 23 lakh 64,090. This is the latest state bank of state level bankers committee report. So almost 30% is NRA deposit. Unfortunately, any of the cooperative banks are not having this. 1 or 2 district cooperative banks having it. Idukki District Cooperative Bank and Calicut District Cooperative Bank have a limited NRA deposits. But most of these NREs who are sending this money are directly connected with cooperative banks, because they live in rural area, rural villages and all that. Even for their visa, when they want to get a visa to go abroad, they might have approached the cooperative society, it might have given loan to them to get the visa. So naturally their sentimental connection with these banks are there, but they have no way to send the money, so they depend the commercial banks and new generation banks to send the money. So NRE, that is, so district cooperative banks all put together, we cannot have this facility immediately, because you should have RBI put standard for this. So that is another reason for the restructuring. And branding and image building. Branding and image building means, because you know that now Kerala Bank, you told me about Kerala, it is Kerala, the class is on Kerala Bank only. But actually it is not Kerala Bank, it is a brand name Kerala Bank. What we have done is, it is Kerala State Cooperative Bank. We have merged all the district cooperative bank with Kerala State Cooperative Bank. Shri V committee gave a report. We can create a bank by putting all the district cooperative bank and Kerala State Cooperative Bank together. When the task force was appointed, because the report submitted by the Professor Shri V was accepted by the government with a condition that you may implement with the socio-economic conditions of the state. Putting that into practice, government appointed a committee under the chairman of the one V.R. Raveendran Vadavathy. He was the retired CGM of NABARD. A task force was appointed, and I was fortunate enough to work with him as an associate officer. So we were there in that committee for 1.5 years. When we got the in-principle approval from RBI only, that committee was dissolved, and the rest of the job was done by the Kerala Bank itself. So if you apply for a new bank, Reserve Bank will never give in cooperative sector, because RBI have enough of cooperation. So new idea, on tap you can have now small finance bank license, you can have payment bank license, but if you apply a bank in cooperative sector, the image is so, because they say that the Kerala's cooperatives just like the cooperatives in other states. I will not name, or even in Naik or Gujarat or Maharashtra or yeah. That is not the situation in Kerala. In Kerala, the power of it is not, it is totally, I cannot say totally, but it is 99% pure, only 1% is impure there. Now, so everybody in their love to heart, you know that now tomorrow you are going to visit Dinesh Bidi day after tomorrow. You know what is the history of Dinesh Bidi? I am a sufferer of that. How? Because my brother was working in Mangalore Ganesh Bidi at that time. He was a Bidi worker, my brother. Late 60s. When central government passed a legislation protecting the interests of BD and cigar workers, they were exploiting like anything. It is Ganesh BD now, because they are very politically conscious people. They were working and they were doing what 1,500 BD they make, and they will get a partly sum of some that time. What is that now? 50-60 rupees a week, and they survive on that. One fine morning, putting around 20,000 employees at large, this Mangalore Ganesh BD disappeared, closed the shop and went. It was utter poverty in Kannur district. What will do? That time only the government came into power. They formed 20 societies with a bold step. Initially started with 3,000 employees employed, took share from these people. Gradually it grew up into a very big industry. The next BD, 40,000 employees with all facilities, compensatory, off, leave, bonus, everything done. That is the power of cooperation. And you are going there now, you will witness and you can understand. Now because of the new policy of the government against smoking and all that, gradually they are changing the scenario. They started making pickles, umbrella and all these things. So that is the power of cooperation. So this forex business we are not getting. Branding and surviving among a small finance bank, public sector banks, regional rural banks and non-banking financial companies. Because Indian financial system consists of all these players. You know that now public sector banks are there, private sector banks are there, now small finance banks are there, NBFCs are there. In fact, Kerala NBFC, Muthoot Finance Corporation, that is one NBFC, no, the gold loan, entire people are taking gold from the NBFC only. They thrive on that. Unsurious rate of interest they charge, and ultimately when you pawn the money, you will not get your gold back. That was the situation. So as a parallel to that, so to compete among these, we require a very strong, consolidated, modern, technology-oriented bank. That is why this Kerala Bank, the idea came and the report came. All these and more led to the concept of Kerala Cooperative Bank. That is the, in detail I can say so many things, but these are the crux. Earlier, primary agricultural credit societies were the owners of the District Cooperative Bank. District Cooperative Banks were the owners of the Kerala State Cooperative Bank. If you remove the middleman, who will become owner of the Kerala State Cooperative Bank? The primary agriculture. So, obviously today the primary agricultural credit societies are the owners of the Kerala Bank. They are the owners. Mr. Kannan, he represents, he is the president of one of the primary cooperative societies. He is the person elected from the entire Thrissur district as the director board member of the Kerala State Cooperative Bank. Because we wanted, we cannot have an infinite number of directors, no? 14 directors except Malappuram. Malappuram is not there. Malappuram is not joined. I will tell you, because out of the 14 district cooperative banks, Malappuram did not join. Malappuram District Cooperative Bank is ruled by the Muslim League, part of UDF government and UDF, so they don't want to come. So, and again that was a condition because the general body of the District Cooperative Bank has to pass a resolution for the merger. So, this resolution, this merger resolution did not get through in the Malappuram District Cooperative Bank because majority was the opposition political leaders. And you won't believe, in the last election manifesto of the UDF, the opposition leader Mr. Ramesh Chennithala that time told, if we come into power, we will dismantle the Kerala District Cooperative Bank. An impossible thing only, because anybody who has got a sense, already RBI has licensed, the other banks licensed gaya tha, then how he will dismantle it, that is not possible, but people believed. Fortunately, he is there only, so that is the thing. So that was the kind of opposition for coming the Kerala Cooperative. When we made the proposal, we say that we will merge all the district cooperative banks with the Kerala State Cooperative Bank and rename the bank as Kerala Bank. That was our original idea. Renaming is only simple because when you apply to RBI by amending your bylaw and when you apply to RBI, they will accept. But in our wisdom, ultimately the government wisdom, what they have decided, we will not change the name of Kerala State Cooperative Bank. It is Kerala State Cooperative Bank only, but we will have a brand name. That is Kerala Bank. Just like Milma, it is a milk marketing cooperative society, it is a federation of milk marketing. Now, Kerala, the biggest milk marketing union is Milma. You have Amul in Gujarat. It is a federation of the milk marketing, no? But we know the brand name Amul. Similarly, Kerala Bank is the brand name of the merged Kerala State Cooperative Bank. It is both are same only, so that there is no technical legal problem. So we have an emblem. We have created an emblem. This one, no, this is we represent 14. This in the one there is 14 dots are there. That represents 14 district cooperative banks, no. So like that, we create an emblem and we are branding, and we have changed the bank. Everywhere Kerala Bank only, down we will write Kerala State Cooperative Bank in the small letters. So this RBI cannot come and question, because all the returns to RBI, we say that RBI, Kerala State Cooperative Bank and all that. Now, so marketing you can do like anything, no? So that is the thing. So and concept of universal bank. What is a universal bank? Universal bank means you will get all the products under this bank. That is a universal bank. You will have loans, all the banking products. And expected to flag off during August, September 2018, but flagged off in November only. There was almost a delay of over 10 months because of the litigations in the case. I was about telling about this Malappuram District Cooperative Bank. No, recently the Kerala State Assembly passed a resolution, passed an act compulsorily merging Malappuram District Cooperative Bank. That the bill is in the subject committee. In this assembly, it will be passed. So Malappuram bhi aayega. All the employees and other people, no, primary societies and employees, they have given representation or memorandum of the government that Ame lelo like that. No, they also wanted to come only because they don't want to stay. And there is no independent access for a state cooperative bank without an apex. Because once the Kerala State Cooperative Bank, they are not part of Kerala State Cooperative Bank, they have not got an apex bank to depend on for their money requirement. No, normally we used to give money, no. Kerala State Cooperative Bank used to give money, no? So they cannot survive for long. So now they also realize now that the opposition has gradually reduced, and ultimately within 2-3 months Malappuram will also be part of Kerala State Cooperative Bank. So it will be an entire 14 merger only. Based on this, government appointed an expert committee of Professor M.S. Rema to initiate path-breaking model of the cooperative sector. The factor is the need for consolidation. He have got a beautiful report, 85-page report, Shri Ram. He was a veteran in the cooperative movement. He was a professor in public policy department of Indian Institute of, and recently he was appointed by Reserve Bank of India in one of the committees for the roadmap for urban RBI guidelines for urban banks, no. So that committee has reported, and he has not taken a single paise because he has got that passion also. Those who are interested, it's a beautiful report. The Kerala, entire Kerala operative history, how it can be. He extensively travelled entire state of Kerala, discussed with all the board members, primary cooperative societies, direct board members, and other institutions. Like that, only he has given the report. And taking the cue from the report, only we task force came practically how to put in, how to apply RBI with all this, because I am from RBI and another man from NABARD. It has to go through NABARD only. So both the expertise of NABARD, and we used our personal influence in Reserve Bank of India. That time, now I retired 6 years ho gaya, but that time I was nascent from Reserve Bank of India, and I had a good connection with even deputy governor level only who was doing it. No? So naturally through CM and all that, we used that influence, because everywhere this delay is there, or the every now and then 100 of letters will go from here, complaints. Government of India, Finance Minister, Reserve Bank of India. In Trivandrum Regional Office, this much letters were there against this bank. No? And every day the paper it will come. Every day in Malayalam, Manorama and Madhurumi, opposing news. What is there now? Very, very untrue news, very false news were coming everywhere. Planted news were coming. And every day we were demoralized. Now, when we see the report, our work will go like that. No, they are not going to give license. RBI will never give permission, like that. It was coming. So, why we took this consolidation? I will skip this slide. Various expert committees on banking India have favored consolidation in banking sector to create well capitalized, automated and technology oriented banks through mergers and acquisitions. You know that pretty well. Now there was 26 public sector banks. Now hardly 12 banks are there. Everywhere banks are being merged, either for saving and even for syndicate bank and Canara Bank were merged. And Union Bank and which bank it was, some other banks merged with Union Bank, I am not remember. So now the number is only 12. So consolidation is the time. So ICS Bank and Bank of Madurai, that was the, I think, first Bank of Madurai, where there was a traditional south oriented bank was there. That was merged with tech-savvy ICS Bank. So gradually the old people who are not able to work with the technology, they got voluntary retirement ban, and now ICS Bank got branches. When you ask for a branch license, you will not get. Now Maharashtra, because of this new I told you now, this small finance bank taken over Bank of Maharashtra, Punjab, 100 branches immediately in Bombay they are getting. Because automatically the Bank of Maharashtra and Punjab will become the branches of this bank, you know. That is one advantage of. So when we merged these 13 district cooperative banks, we have got 769 branches all over Kerala. We will become the second biggest after SBI, second biggest branch of bank in number of branches like Kerala. So all the branches of District Cooperative Bank become the branches of Kerala State Cooperative Bank, and we have got license from RBI. We have surrendered the old license, and the new license issued by Reserve Bank of India in the name of Kerala State Cooperative Bank. So we can proudly say that all the branches are having branch license of Kerala State Cooperative Bank. So, to leverage potentials of financial inclusion and to have economies of large scale, using the principle of cooperation to have networked solution which shows the power of collective banking. An integrated structure helps rationalization of cost, seamless movement of resources, better transparency, efficiency. You know that when the consolidation comes, it will reduce cost. And one advantage is that now this refinance we get from NABARD for the agricultural credit. What NABARD gives to State Cooperative Bank, then State Cooperative Bank take a percentage, then give to District Cooperative Bank. They take a percentage, then give to Primary Agricultural Credit Society. So, if you are getting at 6% from NABARD, ultimately when it reaches the Primary Credit Society, it will become 8 or 8.5%. When we remove this middle layer, obviously the rate of interest will be reduced. One middleman. Good for the consumer. That was one of the reasons we say that. And to capture young mind by providing value added service, this is the biggest challenge we are facing, because unless you receive the customer base of the young mind, new generation, IT people, any bank will work only if you have a good CASA. What is CASA means? CASA means current and savings bank account. What is the advantage of CASA? You need not pay interest, or you have to pay only very small interest. Current account, you need not pay interest at all, because it is an interest-free account. When you open a current account, any business people, we will get money without interest. And the savings bank account only, we pay a small amount as interest. If it is fixed deposit only, interest is more. So, normally in Kerala or in everywhere, any bank will have an average CASA of 30, 35, 40, even HDFC CASA is 50%. But unfortunately, our Kerala Bank are 14% ABI. All the banks are now working in core banking solution. You know what is core banking solution? Everybody, entire network connected. That earlier what we were sending money from what we have to fill up a form and give a money, and I want to send money to the Bombay branch. I will go to this Thrissur branch and write a letter, and after 1 week my son will be getting money or not. I will be buried making phone whether money bacha money milaya aapko, like that, no. So that when the 2005 in Kerala State Cooperative, because of NABARD, all the banks are in core banking solutions that seamlessly you remit money here, immediately it will be reflected that. Unfortunately, in Kerala what happened, no, all the 14 district cooperative banks are not working on the same software. They were having different software. Kerala State Cooperative Bank and 10 district cooperative bank having the same software of Finacle. You know, Infosys का Finacle है, 14 अलग software में काम करता था. So इसका integration, unless this is integrated and made into a single software, you cannot make any headway in this technology, you know. So that took a long time because government ka business hai, no, it is a huge cross involving operation only, this awarding of work, no. So many level discussions and negotiation with the contractors like that. Ultimately, we have awarded the work. Now the work has started, right, and 300 crore ka contract hai. So that is Ernakulam is the hub. It is working Wipro in Finacle, Infosys ka latest software. We have selected one of the best in the country, and the work is going. And we expect by April next year we will be becoming a pakka computerized new generation bank only. So these are the advantages, because 300 crores now have to put now. More than that, now wage settlement were due for the employees. Being an employee, employee bank, cooperative bank, we did not hesitate to pay 270 crores after the new board came into power. Now we gave the money to the employee salary revisions ka hai. Now RBI ka the burden on that. Now we have paid it, because an unpleasant workforce will never take the bank forward, no. But technology, that I will say that, no, that is also they have to. What is the disadvantage of the Kerala State Cooperative Bank? No? Because this is localized to recruit people, and one set of qualification only, either HDC, higher diploma in corporation, or BCom with corporation. This was the only qualification for an employee in District Cooperative Bank. BTech, it was not there. So degree or diploma in corporation was compulsory for the cooperative bank employment, whereas in the commercial banks only BTech is. When you go to any commercial bank, you will see only a BTech employee. You know, all your and they are very expert in their computer movement, no, because their skill is there, no. But a traditional employee who has come without any, that is the curse of the, I say that, no, the one of the disadvantage of this bank. Now we have to train them the skill development has to be done and they have to they are basically good people only, but the training, lack of training is there. So skill development is one of the biggest challenge we are facing, and HR department has taken care of that and we are doing it. And you have seen in other merger and all that, no, immediately after merger some branches will be closed immediately. The non-profit making branches, they will close it. In Kerala Bank, we have not closed a single branch even, and that is not our policy. We don't want to close a single branch. In SBT, many branches, how many branches after the merger they have closed? Everywhere that is taking place, but because of the, and one advantage or disadvantage, that is that all these unions are highly politicalized, because you know the recruitment is based on the recommendation of the, or the political parties like that, no? So they are all very party workers, both sides. So it is a highly militant politicalized unions are there. So dealing with them, what is that one party come to power, next party will, all the unions will change their loyalty, no? They will become, because they say that we will get you a transfer, you come to my union, now I am in powerful position, like that they changes. So this is the, to implement and reform consolidation process and thereby enjoy a new integrated entity will largely manage surplus and deposit, okay, attract young and client, patronage of state, I told you earlier, attracting the young client, patronage of state government, developed state exchequer, most developed panchayati raj systems, that is the minuses are that the cooperatives will soon, market share will be rendered irrelevant due to the age profile of the members, difficulty in meeting competition with other banks, difficulty in attracting more people to repose faith, also their savings and investments with stringent regulatory norms. So for this I told you a high level professional committee called by task force was constituted under the merger of 14 DCBs. Task force consists of 3 domains: banking, cooperation and information technology. Experts from these 3 people were the committee of in that committee. Next please. What is the mission and mission of the bank? Safe, reliable and cost efficient banking for everybody. That is the mission of the Kerala State Cooperative Bank. When you go to a commercial bank, you know what are the charges, what is service. After the statement, our Abraham sir was discussing while taking lunch. State Bank of Travancore, even though it was a public sector bank, it was considered as good as a state government department only, because at least they were giving at least good satisfactory customer service. But if you go to State Bank of India now, they thrive on our money only, but they don't bother only, they won't mind you, they will not raise your head and ask why you come, you go to hell. That is the attitude of the State Bank of India. I am not joking, this is the attitude of the State Bank of India. And the small finance bank, there is a bank, ISAF Bank. He was a money lender. He was running a micro finance company, charging 24 to 28% from the neighborhood small people. Now they lend 1 lakh, 2 lakh like that, no, and every week they go and collect without any NPA, only 100% repayment was there. The charge was 26%. They were given, he applied for a license for the small finance bank. Immediately in Kerala, he was the alone person got the license. So he started ISAF Bank. So what happened now? All his loans were booked for 24 to 28% interest now, and it is repayment is full. So when he started offering a good rate of interest for the depositors. 10%, 10.5%, 9% karke, no, interest. That time all the other banks were giving only 8%, 7%. No. So he garnered all the deposits, good deposit, and his technology also very good. He invested a lot of money, and now he is now, when you want to open an account, you just make a phone call only. The fellow will come with this tab. He will take a photograph. Udhar se he phone fill karega. Next day, his account is opened and check he will give, and he will give in the collect and give it to you. That is the so that is the way the bank is doing business. So everybody now, nobody cares about money, your service only. If you are getting service, good service, you don't mind 1 or 2% interest more, or the pay what they charge for check leaf, or what they charge for NEFT and all that. They cannot charge more because RBI regulates the rate. No? So that type of, but for this, our customers are poor marginal farmers, poor people, small businessmen, agricultural laborers. All these people are the customers of Kerala Cooperative Bank. No? So we cannot charge them any high exorbitant rate. So our policy is also there. Give them all the benefits with this modern facility with less cost. However less we can make it, we will make. So to be the most accessible, friendly and safe banking service for the common citizen of Kerala, providing a comprehensive and end-to-end and enriching financial services for carrying out life and livelihoods with a dignity. That is the mission. And the Shri V committee in his report has also visualized how the Kerala Bank should be there. I think I have got a slide on that, please. Yeah. This is I have taken from the report of the Shri committee. The proposed Kerala Cooperative Bank is envisaged as a modern bank for the people of Kerala, including farmers, women, younger generation, small and micro entrepreneurs, non-resident Indians, etc. The bank is envisioned as one that will provide all products and services of a modern information technology enabled bank. It is also expected to bring the entire bucket of customers of the bank as well as to the members of the primary agricultural credit societies. I tell you, when all these banks were merged, RBI stipulates certain conditions for a bank because of the Basel knew that you should have a minimum capital to risk weight assets of 10% for any bank. That is our 10%. I told you 4 or 5 district cooperative banks, their net worth was eroded. Their capital to risk weight assets were 6%, 8% like that. No? And there were some banks who were having risk weights of 11 to 12%. When we put it average, so I'll tell you one thing, I'll tell you, if the Kerala Bank has not come into existence, the Trivandrum District Cooperative Bank would not have been there today. I have no hesitation telling the name. 400 crore were the loss of that bank because of the maladministration, misadministration and corruption and NPA. And they bach gaya because now after merger हमारा liability हमारा हो गया. So because of that, the other district cooperative banks are firing us. So we are very flourishing. We have got share value more than that, and now you are added these people. So how these were the problems that time we faced. So we don't want to have a weak bank merging with a strong bank and all that. And unfortunately, there is another dilemma for us. Because it will be interesting. Because when you merge, with two institutions, RBI ka parallel mein kya hoga? If you merge, you have to make the valuation of your assets and liabilities. Provided you have a 10 rupee ka share hai, but aapka bank thoda loss mein hai na, when you revalue your assets ka value nahi hoga. So when you ultimately value your share ka value 5 rupiya hoga, kam hoga. So when you merge with a new bank, that bank will take your share as 5 rupees, 5 rupees only. So for your 2 shares only, he will give you 1 share. Okay. But in Kerala, our cooperative principle is that it will not, our value will not add, shares will not add you any values. You have 10 rupee value, you have 10 rupee share. But RBI ka proposal thoda opposite hai. The condition put by RBI is that you have to value it and give this. So that is the one issue we are taking up with RBI because it is against the Kerala Cooperative Societies Act, because Kerala Cooperative Societies Act is whatever may be the condition, share ka value same hai. Another challenge what we are facing is that they were, suppose Ernakulam District Cooperative Bank, the primary society members of that bank, they were getting dividends. So what is the shareholder gets? When you take a share, what you get? You will not get interest, no? You will not get, for share capital, there is no question of interest. So what you will get is, if the bank is working in profit, you will get a dividend. Part of the profit. Part of the profit you will get as dividend. So they were enjoying, the profit making cooperatives banks, DCBs were giving dividends to the members. But when they joined Kerala State Cooperative Bank, they stopped receiving dividends because Kerala State Cooperative Bank all put together is loss only. It is under loss ka. So wherever when you go to the field, the PACS members are shouting at us, what, hamara kya fayda hai Kerala Bank aane ki? This question, this samasya we are facing. What are the challenge we have to face? First I told you, capital ka base hai. So government gave us 400 crores. Now the capital, the share of government is 40% in Kerala State Cooperative Bank ka share capital. 2045 crore hai Kerala government, Kerala Bank ka capital. Out of that 841 crore Kerala government ka hai. So government has got a big stake in this. So the directors ko hai na 14 districts, 13 districts hai each director representing the primary cooperative society. That is democratically elected government like that. So yesterday Kannan came here, he is from Thrissur. Like that, all district is there. From Kannur there is a lady also, there is a lady member, the director board membership. And other than this, when RBI gave this permission, one of the conditions put forth by RBI is that other than the board of directors, there should be a board of management for the Kerala Cooperative Bank, Kerala State Cooperative Bank. Before that, they have put that condition for urban cooperative banks. So what is the board of management they wanted? Because they want this Reserve Bank feels that now the board of directors will be politically oriented, political persons only, and their qualification they cannot fix. Because if he's a good political leader and if you have got mass base, you will get elected, but you did not know banking. But you have experience may be there, but your interest may be different. To circumvent that only, RBI has put a condition that there should be a board of management under the board. So, all the business activity, business decision will be taken by the board of management. And what is the composition of the board of management? There will be 12 members. Out of that, not more than 6 members from the board of directors. 6 members from the board of directors and another 6 members from the professional people expertise in each field, banking, agriculture, law, cooperation, like that. No? All these different people, and Kerala, when it came, we accepted the proposal like that. Kerala State Cooperative Bank prepared the board of management, they nominate members only. I was fortunate enough to be nominated as the banking representative in the board of management, and because of my experience with the task force only, and naturally I worked in regulatory institution like that. No? So, I continue, and when I become the board of management member, the chairman of the bank is also there in the board of management, but he cannot be the chairman of the board of management. The chairman of the bank cannot be the member of the board of management, RBI negates. So, I was elected as the chairman of the board of management. We have completed 1 year. So, we are in the transition stage only. The challenges we faced are many. IT integration was one of the challenges. Another is the HR integration. HR, human resources, different culture, different people working in different districts, different age profile and different skill expertise. They have to come together and work as a bank only, and their cadre integration, their promotion kind, District Cooperative Bank, Kerala State Cooperative Bank having different scales of pay. So, unification of pay, recruitment policy, all these challenges we face and we are overcoming, and this year we have had 61 crore rupees, but unfortunately we could have given the dividend, but there was an accumulated loss for the Kerala State Cooperative Bank, more than 1100 crore. So, now it is gradually reduced to 700 crore like that only. So, we are moving that. So, I think I stop here.